Hi, everyone. Hope you're doing well. I just wanted to let you know that we have 4 weeks left of the quarter, which is so crazy. So make sure that you're checking in with my class and with all your other classes and getting your assignments done. You are still getting grades, so make sure that you're keeping up with everything. And if you are feeling stressed or you're confused, all of your teachers are here to help you. And we miss you, and we would love for you to come to our Zooms and just catch up with us. Okay, so just email me if you have any questions at all about my class or anything else that's been going on. For this week, we are just working on our story, and you are not required to do your reading log. You're not required to do your software because I just want to make it super simple, and we're just going to be reading our story. So last week we started off with the lottery, and we know that there is a box that comes to town. And we know that people are a little afraid of this box, but we're not really sure what's going on or why everyone's meeting in town. So today we're going to find out a little bit more about what this lottery is and why every single person in town is meeting together on this sunny summer morning. So let's get started. And as I'm reading today, your questions that you are going to answer are, what do readers learn about the lottery in this part of the story? So just tell me anything that you learn while we're reading today. How do words and phrases in paragraph 7 support the idea that doing things correctly is an important part of the lottery? So look at paragraph 7 and look for those words and phrases that are proving that doing things correctly is really important while they're doing this lottery. And the last one, in paragraph 7, Mr. Summers' hand rests carelessly on the black box. Why might this word be surprising? Why is the word carelessly surprising? Okay, so think about these as I'm reading, and we'll go over the questions again when we're done with our story today. Okay, so we have this picture. We have all these town people over here. There was a great deal of fussing to be done before Mr. Summers declared the lottery open. There were the lists to make up of heads of families, heads of households in each family, members of each household in each family. There was the proper swearing in of Mr. Summers by the postmaster as the official of the lottery. At one time, some people remembered there had been a recital of some sort, performed by the official of the lottery, a perfunctory, tuneless chant that had been rattled off duly each year. Some people believed that the official of the lottery used to stand just so when he said or sang it. Others believed that he was supposed to walk among the people. But years and years ago, this part of the ritual had been allowed to lapse. There had been also a ritual salute, which the official of the lottery had had to use in addressing each person who came up to draw from the box. But this also had changed with time. Until now, it was felt necessary only for the official to speak to each person approaching. Mr. Summers was very good at all this in his clean white shirt and blue jeans, with one hand resting carelessly on the black box. He seemed very proper and important as he talked interminably to Mr. Graves and the Martins. Just as Mr. Summers finally left off talking and turned to the assembled villagers, Mrs. Hutchinson came hurriedly along the path to the square, her sweater thrown over her shoulders and slid into place in the back of the crowd. "Clean forgot what day it was," she said to Mrs. Delacroix, who stood next to her, and they both laughed softly. "Thought my old man was out back stacking wood," Mrs. Hutchinson went on, "and then I looked out the window and the kids was gone, and then I remembered it was the 27th and came a-running." She dried her hands on her apron, and Mrs. Delacroix said, "You're in time, though. They're still talking away up there." Mrs. Hutchinson craned her neck to see through the crowd and found her husband and children standing near the front. She tapped Mrs. Delacroix on the arm as a farewell and began to make her way through the crowd. The people separated good-humoredly to let her through. 2 or 3 people said in voices just loud enough to be heard across the crowd, "Here comes your Mrs. Hutchinson," and Bill, she made it after all. Mrs. Hutchinson reached her husband, and Mr. Summers, who had been waiting, said cheerfully, "Thought we were going to have to get on without you, Tessie." Mrs. Hutchinson said, grinning, "Wouldn't have me leave my dishes in the sink now, would you, Joe?" And soft laughter ran through the crowd as the people stirred back into position after Mrs. Hutchinson's arrival. Okay, so we know that they are having lists of names in the box of heads of households, people in each family. So all the villagers' names are inside that box. Mrs. Hutchinson is coming late. And Mr. Summers was resting his arm carelessly on that black box. But from last week, we know that that black box is really, really important to this lottery. So these questions are in the Google document next to this video. What do readers learn about the lottery in this part of the story? How do words and phrases in paragraph 7 support the idea that doing things correctly is an important part of the lottery? And in paragraph 7, Mr. Summers' hand rests carelessly on the black box. Why might this word be surprising? Okay, only 3 questions this week. This is the only assignment you have to do for me. Please make sure that you are getting it in. And if you're missing any other previous assignments, go back and get those done. I am expecting them all to be finished before the end of the quarter. Even if you hand them in late, I'm still giving full credit, okay? Because I know a lot of things have been going on that are not the same as usual. Okay, email me if you have any questions. Come to the Zooms if you want us to go over these answers and questions together. And just let me know, how's everyone doing, okay? All right, I miss you all, and I hope I'll see you guys really soon.